Are you going on a Royal Caribbean cruise and you're trying to decide whether or not you want to book a specialty dining restaurant? If so, this series of videos is for you. In this video, we'll go to Wonderland, which is Royal Caribbean's take on Alice in Wonderland. I'll show you the menu, I'll show you what I had to eat, and for whatever it's worth, I'll tell you what I thought about it right after this. Having a little difficulty finding the restaurant. I am walking around the ship completely lost. It's supposed to be on this deck somewhere and I can't find the entrance. If you decide to go to Wonderland, don't make the same mistake I did. Wonderland is actually on 2 decks and you enter it on the top deck. I was walking around trying to find the entrance on the bottom deck. Wonderland is available on most of Royal Caribbean's Quantum class and Oasis class ships. And what makes it so unique and to me amazing is its theming. Everything in it is themed on Alice in Wonderland, including the food. Wonderland has 4 cocktails that are unique to the restaurant. The only one that appealed to me was the White Rabbit Rita, which is a margarita. It was visually appealing, but I have to say, out of everything I had at Wonderland, it was my least favorite. And this is what it looks like. It wasn't all that big. It was okay, but it was not my favorite by any means. The menu comes out and it's for the most part blank. They give you a paintbrush and water and it's pretty much invisible ink. So you rub the water on the menu and then your choices become visible. Now, as you can see, this has been used a lot and you can kind of tell what it says before you put the water on it. But for the most part, you can't tell until the thing is completely covered with water. And you really have to paint it on so that you can see the description of the actual items. And here it is after I got it completely covered in water. And as you can see, there are these different categories: sun, ice, fire, earth, and sea. And these are, for the most part, the appetizers. Now, I didn't get a choice. So when I sat down, the waitress came up to me and said, the chef has picked out his choices for you for your appetizers, and the only thing you need to pick is your main course and dessert. And everything that has a red circle in front of it is what she brought out to me for an appetizer. And I'm not sure if that's a common thing or not. Leave it in the comments if you've been to Wonderland and you actually got to pick your appetizers. I'm sure if I made a stink about it, they would have let me. They just brought it out without even asking. Here's a look at the Mad Hatter. He was quite a character. He came down to my table and had a little talk with me. He did a very good job of staying in character the entire time I was there. And these are the appetizers they picked for me.
So here's the element of the fire. Is the bird's nest. In a count of 3, let's open it.
That's awesome.
So here is the bird's nest, and the nest is basically made of Hakai fiddles. In simple words, is a fried noodles, which is eatable, and half-boiled eggs with some sriracha sauce, Rita sauce. And to your right, there is the element of the sea, the liquid lobster with some caviar on top. So that's the spoon bite, was what I was mentioning about. So that's the one. And then the next one here is the element of the sun. Is a reconstructed and playfully caprese salad. So there is some tomato right on the middle, which we will reconstruct with some of the salt, pepper, and a little bit of the sugar. Then we remove the tomato skin, we blend everything together with some agar-agar to make it perfectly glazed shape. At the bottom, there are some of the cheeses with liquid olives, cherry tomatoes, and then this side is a black calamari tapones, and the other side is a tomato glaze. So if you mix the salad all together, you chop it around any how you want, you might smash the tomato, you will get even more unique flavor when it's all mixed up.
Great.
And then on the fire is the Mad Hatter's purple potted shrimp, and then some of the scotch bonnet corn right at the bottom of your cup, which is a tiny bit spicy, you know, but
Yes.
but it's hot and airy at the same time. So you might enjoy your shrimp while dipping it inside of your sauce. And then the last one for now. So the cone right here looks like a pistachio ice cream, but this is the element of the sea twisted crab cone. It has some mix of the crab. There is also tiny bit of the wasabi at the bottom, and it comes with some avocado puree right on top. So in case you are a wasabi lover,
Yeah. Love wasabi.
it matches, yeah. You might enjoy the bottom, and then you can bite the rest up. And here is some liquid, but the question is what kind of liquid is there inside? Looks like a weak lemonade or tequila shot. But this one is a tomato water with some grass powder.
Wow.
So even though this water is absolutely virgin, we might enjoy it as a shot. And cheers to your breakfast.
Great. After eating all those appetizers, there was still more, and they finally brought out the tuna, which was actually one of my favorite appetizers. After the appetizers, it was time to pick my main entree, and I picked, of course, the short rib. However, it was a hard decision because everything else on the menu looked very good. I don't know about the pork and the apples, but everything else seemed amazing, and it was a difficult decision. The short rib was very soft, and I was able to eat it without even using my knife for the most part. It just broke apart with the fork. After that, this is a look at the dessert menu. It was a very easy choice. I got the world, which they do the same thing at the chef's table. It's filled with different fillings, but basically it's a chocolate sphere that they pour some sort of a hot liquid over the top of it, and it melts. In addition to the desserts, I asked if they had any coffee after dinner drinks, and she brought me this out. It was basically an Americano with a couple shots of Kahlua or Bailey's or something, and it was quite strong, but it was very good. And I didn't even get charged for it, which is even better. There wasn't the typical $14 charge. It was absolutely free, and it was a great way to end the dinner. And here is the world that she brought out.
So here I got for you a beautiful world, the element of the dream. And let's open the world together. 3, 2, 1.
That's awesome.
So here inside of the dark chocolate sphere, we have some of the chocolate mousse, creme brulee, peanut butter, some salted caramel ice cream right on top, the popcorn on the side.
The world was way too sweet and way too many calories, but I was able to consume almost the entire thing. So let's talk a little bit about Wonderland. And I have to say, this is by far the most divisive restaurant that Royal Caribbean has for a specialty restaurant. I frequently would ask people, because I knew I was going to do this video, what they thought of the different specialty restaurants. And for the most part, everyone was spot on with everyone else for all the other restaurants. However, for Wonderland, people either loved it or they hated it. I mean, absolutely hated it. So this review, keep in mind, is my review, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The food was above average for the specialty restaurants. The theming was amazing. The craziness of some of the food was a little over the top. The salad, the test tube filled with clear tomato water, those 2 things I could have done without, but everything else was absolutely amazing, and I will definitely be going back. Thank you for watching. My name is Sean, and this is the Third Orbit Travelers. If you like travel videos or review videos or anything that has anything to do with travel, please consider giving us a follow. And if you got any value at all out of this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. See you next time.